What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Stomp podcast, where we are a lot better than Fastlane.
That's not hard. That's not asking for a lot.
It's not. It's really.
If that's our standard, we need better standards.
I mean, being bigger than $1 billion company is.
It's the cops coming for me because we have low standards. that's either here right now.
The content police.
Yeah, no, we're selling ourselves too low if that's our standard. Because god damn,
that was not great. We said it on last week's episode. If the booking is like that, it can save itself with good shows. But
the matches weren't even good.
No, they were not.
Which is crazy, seeing how we had what was a guaranteed banger get fucked.
Yeah.
That there's no doubt in my mind that Seth Shinsuke was gonna. I thought that was gonna be. Holy shit! We have a match of the year candidate this late into the year.
Yeah,
and then might be the biggest letdown of the year.
It definitely was.
It has a case.
That was the match we pointed out as like the only good match that was booked.
The only match that we could say, hey, we can't call this a bad one of the worst pay-per-view of the year because this match is gonna just knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And you could argue it was the worst match of the night.
It probably was.
You could very easily argue it. No, it is.
What do you say? It was one of the worst.
And the report coming out afterwards that after that show, Hunter finally got near full control of creative.
Makes you feel like that this is a Vince type.
It explained so much. That explains so much. When I saw that tweet, I'm like, yeah. That some of the decisions were Vince decisions.
Saying that, I think it's that they might have been like Vince. They gave Vince they handed him here's Fastlane, here's the last chance to get like a pay-per-view right, and if you do it right and it's viewed well by everyone, you can have some control. But
if people like it, hey, let's have the Judgment Day drop the tag titles to Cody
that
Rhodes.
Was so fucking idiot. The only good thing that came out of that was a press conference where they were drunk off their asses.
Dude. Do you feel him, sir?
Do you? The only good thing to come out of Fastlane was their finisher was amazing. That crossroads from the 1D combination.
Oh my god,
that was beautiful.
That is. Oh my god.
And
that press conference. But
the best thing in the night.
That even though Cody almost got injured doing that tag finisher.
Monday, I think he was a little banged up. But I think
he
banged
his
up early.
Neck. He had his neck, which sucks. But I think that's why he didn't wrestle on NXT is because of that.
Oh, he didn't know he was supposed to be on NXT last week.
No, he knew because it was announced last week.
Yeah, but I don't think he. Well, he said
it was
on Fastlane's that press conference. I don't think you remember that he was supposed to be on Fastlane. Either he was that drunk or
he was that drunk. Cody is such an organized man, and then you could just tell he did not remember he was supposed to be.
Bro didn't remember where he was,
especially with what his announcement was. But we'll get to that later.
I didn't see any NXT. I was working on homework and stuff.
I got you.
I didn't do my job, so
I got you later.
But JD Medina fucked up Judgment Day's reign.
I'm interested to see how that goes. Because my cousin texted me because I watched, but I literally looked away. Why does that all happen? And I just see a tweet later in the night at Damian Priest. Please answer your phone. And Rhea's like, stop. So, and then my cousin texted me. He's like, I wonder what's going to happen with JD after he cost the tag titles for Judgment Day.
Where were
I
we?
went back.
I got my internet decided to die right now.
Yeah, I know. We're talking about JD.
JD fucked up Judgment Day's reign.
Yeah, no. And I went back and watched. I didn't even realize it at first. and then I saw what he did. I'm like, oh, God fucking damn it, JD.
Mm-hmm.
But it created a good fucking meme.
What meme?
That on Raw the next night.
Oh, the choking meme.
Yeah. Judgment Days. I wish Damien wasn't in his 40s.
I mean, he's doing great in his 40s.
He is, but it's still there's only so long he has left at 40.
He's got 5 to 10 years.
He's 41. He has. I don't think so.
People are wrestling into their 50s nowadays.
Yeah, but is that good wrestling? Is that good wrestler at 50?
Dude, Ric Flair says he's got another match in him. I'm like,
nope,
bro, I saw the last match you were in. It was bad.
No.
Please don't.
Apparently, he fell asleep during the match.
You did.
No more. No, Rick, don't. But that whole match as a whole
was decent.
The highlight was Via Riz.
That was true. I literally posted it after it came out on WWE's TikTok. I stitched it. I was like, Jay is better than most, man. Everyone else men fold.
A lot of people would have folded there. It was. I love that. I love that little connection between them.
So apparently, Cody Rhodes is a leader of the Bullet Club, which a lot of people are confused by. Yeah. But apparently, it was confirmed by
he was
a New Japan source. So
he was the leader of the Bullet Club at one point.
Well, people thought he didn't, so I just wanted to clarify that he was a leader of the Bullet Club.
The third leader of the Bullet Club.
I have no idea.
It went. I think Kenny started it, and then it went to Finn. No,
Finn was original.
No, yeah, Finn was the original. Someone betrayed Finn, and then I want to say Cody then took over after he betrayed whoever took over. I forgot. Kenny betrayed Finn, and then Cody betrayed Kenny, or something. There's been 7 different leaders of that damn club.
Probably.
AJ's been the leader of the club at one point.
It's kind of just a passing of hey, here's the next big star.
Yeah, no, it is because Jay Wright was the most recent one to leave, and he's in a major feud out in AEW.
Mm-hmm. He's in a feud with MJF, right?
Hangman.
Well, I don't know.
But
I don't want to change AEW.
He's good. I wanted him in WWE so bad.
Yeah.
I wanted the Switchblade in WWE.
How'd you feel with the LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits?
See, my issue is I know where that whole thing is going to go now. It became so obvious during the match.
The match was so bad.
It was horrible.
The return was great. Carlito coming back is awesome, but
well, I felt like it was, and then I put it out of my head. I'm like, it's in Indianapolis, and we have not heard Pat McAfee's name. So Pat McAfee's going to be the third member of LWO, Latino World Order, and Pat McAfee because he's valid.
We can talk about Pat McAfee in a second because that's a whole different thing to talk about.
I love that.
But that match was not good. That match was boring. And this felt like a Raw match. This is a Raw 6-man tag match. And it's we'll have Carlito come out. Cool, it's a nice return. But Carlito didn't have that pop, which you kind of need to feel that energy from the crowd. That crowd was terrible. They only woke up after the Asuka.
I will defend them because it was not easy to get into that pay-per-view.
No, but if you're given a pay-per-view, you're expected to be hot and go
what
hard,
was there to be hot about?
Carlito returning, Cody Rhodes getting a tag championship.
They popped a bit for that.
You doing a fucking beautiful moonsault.
Like I said, there's some they weren't the greatest, but I will defend them.
They woke up in the second to last match of the night. That's when they woke up.
There was not a match. The opener needs to wake people up. That's the job of the opener.
I would have woken up with that Crossroads 1D. So,
and the highlight of the opener was the Crossroads 1D.
Yeah,
because nothing else was pop worthy.
That's true.
Because everyone was more in shock that Judgment Day lost.
Yeah, I was in shock because I love Judgment Day.
No, I did not agree with that call.
It was a bad call.
And then we had that atrocious. See, I know what's going to end up happening is Montez Ford's going to get kicked out of the 3 of them.
Why is Montez going to get kicked out?
Because that's kind of. They kept pointing out how his he doesn't have that blood hunting persona and ability like Angelo and Bobby does. Every single time, it felt like they were like, he is not as aggressive as the other two.
They're not going to kick him out because they're building up this group. They're going to add a new member. It's probably going to be Jade Cargill somehow.
They're going to boot him. No, Jay's going to go on be a solo star.
I don't know, man. You can be a solo star in a faction. Rhea's a solo star in a faction.
They're gonna bring someone in and kick Montez out, and that's how we get the Montez solo run.
Maybe, I don't know.
And Montez can be a face again.
Mm-hmm.
We can have Angelo be under Bobby Lashley, so he can continue to work on becoming a solo star.
There's rumors Odyssey Jones might join them.
I don't hate that.
Odyssey Jones hasn't wrestled in however long. He's been drafted on Raw. He's had a great run on Raw, man.
Legendary stuff. Greatest, most consistent Raw week-to-week guy ever. No,
he's the one Cody Rhodes traded for SmackDown.
No, who has it been announced who was traded?
No, we still haven't got the announcement of who went to SmackDown. It's still announced. I mean, technically, Cody is going back and forth between Raw now with the belt.
Yeah, and so is Jay.
Which is stupid because you're supposed
to what was the fucking trade?
Keep them apart until WrestleMania. Then you can like set that up, but no, Vince fucking sucks. I blame Vince for this. I can't even blame Trips.
It is so bad.
Trips might have booked it, but either A, he set Vince up for failure, or Vince booked this himself.
What he was cooking.
Or Vince booked this himself and fucked himself. So it's either one.
Easily be it.
Seeing there's only one women's match, I can easily see it's Vince.
No, but that whole match was. They should, if they're gonna build up that group to be big, they had to win that pay-per-view match. You can't have them lose to the LWO. I get Ray's the U.S. champ. I get Santos Escobar is the next big thing.
He's not Brock Lesnar.
In the next big thing in the middle card,
the mid card
area, the mid card. I get it's a Carlito return. You still need that trio to win to win that match. If you want us to take him seriously,
the first big PLE match, they need a win.
They need a win. Otherwise, they're not a threat. They're a threat. They have Bobby Lashley. They have the Street Profits, one of the greatest tag teams in recent history. Well, win a fucking match. The LWO are not the biggest threats in WWE. If you want us to believe that the whatever the hell they're calling themselves are, then have them beat them and have them beat their asses, and only Carlito really stand a fight.
Yeah, and I think that it's important for that to happen because we look at the Backlash. This is when like LWO was first like formed. Sure, it's Zelina Vega lost, but Bad Bunny won against basically all of Judgment Day due to the help of the LWO. That's what built them up. That's what made them so like okay, they're an established faction now. Now here with Payback, oh my god, wrong pay-per-view, Fastlane. You fucked over the Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They're now looked as lesser.
Yeah. I don't see them as a group I look at and say, hey, they can go win the tag titles.
No,
that's not even in my thought right now.
It's just kind of like a throwaway faction. I'm trying to think of one right off the top of my head right now. Not even like the family in NXT because they're doing stuff.
They're becoming Retribution.
There you go. Kind of just like okay, you're here. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, you're a threat, but should be scared of you. But you never do shit. And it's early on. I'm guessing that Hunter did not make the call for them to lose.
I don't think so.
I think Hunter wants them to be that top dog faction. I hope we get them versus the Judgment Day at some point.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do. Find a women's wrestler to throw in there so then you can still have Rhea be in that match. And
have Rhea go against Bobby. Hit with the Riptide. Okay, A, it'd be funny as hell.
It would be.
And B, I would love it. The pop from me would
be... The pop would be insane!
But I don't know if you want to like populate that. That's an Akira Tozawa type thing. Sadly.
That's no. You gotta let Sammy take one.
I would love to see that.
So next match. Do we want to talk about the next match?
It wasn't that bad. I have to say, it was bad, but not that bad. Charlotte, bad. Asuka and Io, great.
Okay, can I just say, and this is going to kind of piggyback on the complaining about WWE Twitter stuff.
What's up?
Charlotte has one good move.
The moonsault.
She has a beautiful fucking moonsault. I understand.
She still fucked it up.
Yes, but I saw people starting to push. I don't know why she still does this moonsault. She's not even good at it.
No, it's her own good move.
She fucked up once, and she arguably has one of the most beautiful moonsaults in WWE history.
It's between her, Io, and Tiffany, yeah.
And you cannot come out here and say, "Oh, she sucks at it," because she fucked it up once.
Mm-hmm.
She had a horrible match. There was a lot of moves that did not get attention. That fucking cartwheel into the double clothesline, fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that's
but
probably
don't
terrible.
Come out here and saying, "Oh, she fucked up once." I get hating Charlotte is fun because she's genuinely horrible.
We do it every year, every week.
Do not just come out here and slander someone for some random reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a big pop, get Charlotte on the top rope to do a moonsault.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a guaranteed pop 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
It just so happened we got the one situation in the last 500 years, it feels like.
Yeah. Her doing the, what's it called? The slaps. What I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just woke up.
Chops.
Yeah, the chops. I don't feel it. Like Gunther, they look like they're hurt. I feel like I'm gonna break my chest if I get one of those Gunther. Charlotte, I feel like, oh, I can take that. That's an easy chop.
To be fair, and this has been one of my things. Feels like with a lot of women wrestling, chops are not that big of a threat with a lot of them.
I also think they have to go a little higher because of the chest area.
Yes, that is also why. I think they have to.
Yeah, because right here, like right in the diaphragm area, that's where you want to hit because they can knock the wind out of you. Woman, you can't really do that.
In the words of timeless Tony Storm, you do not want a titty slap. No,
that hurts too. Well, for that hurts too.
But no, don't slander somebody without a good reason. Say, like we said, we give Charlotte her flowers
every so often
because we know when she's good.
Mm-hmm.
We know when it's WrestleMania season, she is reliable. Mm-hmm. We know that, and we will give her all the flowers in the world until she fucks up a Mania match.
Like once we get to Rumble, we'll start hyping her up.
Yes, we will. Her flowers will be given,
just not now.
Not now because she's not good post-Mania season.
Yeah, this is not Mania Charlotte.
But don't say she's one of the worst wrestlers all time. Don't say she's horrible at the moonsault when neither of those are true. Yeah. We hate on Charlotte for not being good. There's a lot of women who, if they win that match, make that match go from it was okay to it was dog shit. Mm-hmm. You throw Nia Jax in that match, dog shit. There's a lot of women's wrestlers who are not good. Mm-hmm. We hate on Charlotte because we know she has this kind of level potential.
She's got a ceiling right now. Yeah,
her ceiling is if she was consistent, she would be the undoubtable GOAT of women's wrestling. Yeah. That is Becky. As great as Becky is, Becky's best in the ring is not as good as Charlotte's best in the ring.
Debatable.
It's just Charlotte doesn't bring that every single match.
Yeah, Becky's best is always out there.
Becky's worst is what Charlotte consistently is outside of Mania season. Mm-hmm. And that's not even Charlotte at her worst. WrestleMania Charlotte has probably had the best women's match the last 3 years.
That Rhea match, I've said it every week. That Rhea match, like we're gonna talk about our year, like we've already planned for our year end stuff, but I don't think anything is stopping that Rhea versus Charlotte match. Like that match was, oh my god.
And then look, a few Manias ago we had the women's triple threat with Charlotte, Becky, Ronda, where Charlotte was amazing. Charlotte versus Asuka at Mania 33, amazing. Mm-hmm. Charlotte has consistently had the best women's match at AV Mania.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating frustrating thing about it, is we know what she's capable of. It's just she doesn't bring it.
It's kind of like that kid in school where he's smart as hell. He balls out, but like whenever like it's homework, he doesn't do it. He doesn't care for it. But like the moment the exam comes,
A+.
Awesome.
Yeah. No.
That's what Charlotte is. She's the kid who's super smart but doesn't give effort.
No. And it's frustrating because as wrestling fans, we want to see that. We do not. There's not a lot of people in wrestling, unless there's a good reason, we prey on the downfall.
Like
we
do,
do not go out of our way to prey on Charlotte's downfall. Because Charlotte has not done anything to deserve for us to prey on her downfall.
Well, also, we love women's wrestling. Like,
yes.
We don't like to hate on Charlotte. We want her to be better. That's why we give her criticism.
Yes. But once Charlotte starts to care, and that's why, I saw a tweet saying Ric Flair thinks that he and Cena should go walk down and congratulate her when she gets her 16th title. Because that pop will be amazing. That pop will be amazing because of John Cena and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Not because Charlotte has 16. But that's just because Charlotte, unlike the other two, only cares when she's going to win or when she's on the biggest stage. John Cena will go put his ass off on the line in a loss. Cena will go put his ass off in a win against a nobody. Ric Flair was the same way. He was always consistently a good match unless he was whatever the fuck that last match was.
Yeah.
That's not Charlotte Flair.
That Ric Flair final match.
Dude, it's bad. It's bad. But then you look at someone like Becky right now, who I can't tell you the last time I could say she had a bad match.
She had a feud a while back that had a bad match. I don't think it was her fault though.
But
I can't remember who it was the feud with.
That's the point. It is so hard to remember when Becky has a bad performance. So hard to remember when Asuka was the reason a match was bad. Those are two top women in WWE. Rhea, same boat. It's hard to remember.
No,
she was fully at fault.
I was going to say, like, she's had bad matches, but the total the booking has been squash matches.
And she's also 27 now. She's only 27.
Happy birthday, Rhea. We're recording this on her birthday.
Yeah. Charlotte's mid to late 30s. It's been doing this for a long time. Paige was a WWE wrestler and able to wrestle when Charlotte Flair started.
I want to talk about Paige real quick, just for like a split second. So AEW was on last night with NXT, and they had, because the common joke on Twitter is that Paige cannot take a German suplex for her life. Her neck will snap. So they did a German suplex last night with Paige. It was the slowest and softest German suplex I've ever seen.
No, they shouldn't have done it.
No, because it looked worse than her just not taking one.
Yeah.
It's like they were babying her. I'm like, I know it was on the edge of the ring, but like, it wasn't. It was very slow of a German suplex.
Don't risk a wrestler's health just to prove someone wrong. And when we get to NXT, I'm gonna go off on AEW for some shit. I'm not gonna do it now because we're talking about Fastlane.
I do want to say they did appease us right at the start of this match between the triple threat because Asuka immediately sprayed Charlotte.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was my biggest stuff. I'm like, yes.
And we'll talk about it when we get to the Shinsuke match. Shinsuke Seth. But I saw my favorite tweet of the night was some dude was watching wrestling and he's like, since when did Shinsuke start using mist? And someone's like, come on, he's a Japanese wrestler. They all use mist.
I was like, no, they don't, but it's funny.
I'm like, that is wrong on AV level. But you know what? I can't think of one Japanese WWE wrestler who has not used mist.
I think if you haven't, but
at some point. I'm like, that is not a heel.
That did surprise me, though.
That did surprise me.
But yeah, I mean, it was okay. I think that Charlotte had an all right performance, but it's
It was better. It was better than the last pay-per-view.
No, but it's not a PLE type performance that you want to come out of your top wrestlers.
No, but I love the finish because Crown Jewel needs to just be Asuka, Io 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't truly had that yet.
Yeah. Oh, or you bring Kairi Sane in because
Kairi comes in, Bailey comes down to try to help. Kairi comes
help
to clean
Asuka.
that. You need to let those two go 1-on-1 because that'll be a great match.
Yeah, and I think the only way you can do that is having someone come in and stop Bailey because Bailey was the turning point in that match. Which also they had the most adorable moment when you retained. It was like Bailey was picking her up, like I got you, and it was adorable. I loved it.
I love what Hunter said about Bailey afterwards.
I did not watch all the
He said I want to say it was Hunter. He said Bailey is the underrated GOAT of the women's division right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look on the outside, Bailey has lost 80% of her matches this year.
Okay, she's a heel. She's going to lose that.
Yeah.
Heels lose most of their matches typically.
But every week her work is outstanding.
Oh yeah.
And when there's only right now there's very few women I could say who could walk in and challenge for the title, and I'd be like, yeah, they don't need build.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey is one of them.
Yeah, and I think right now the only person I can think of off the top of my mind that's not currently in the picture is Jade Cargill that could immediately.
And I don't even think she can do that right now because
with how they're building her up in every PLE and how they're treating her.
Yeah, but they didn't even do that with Cody. Is the thing.
True.
They're gonna build Jade up some more. They're gonna let her have matches.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first pay-per-view, she said she's gonna wrestle a Crown Jewel. I feel like
I don't think so.
It's the fucking Saudis. They're gonna.
But Saudis don't like women wrestling.
Oh yeah, fuck.
They literally I'm doing my evolution video. It's coming out eventually, hopefully. And I was typing something up about the someone missing out on Crown Jewel, even though they had a build up because of the Saudis' women policy that did get amended, but it is still an issue. They're not going to allow too many women's matches. And I know you're like, let's have a Rhea fatal 4-way, sure. In Io and what the fuck happened to my screen?
Then yeah, they're only gonna have one of those.
They're gonna have one, maybe two women's matches.
They'll save the fatal 4-way for They'll probably save Io Asuka for Survivor.
That'd be awesome.
Because it feels easier to get Nia, Raquel, Rhea, and Shayna not to look awkward in fully clothed clothes. If you know what I mean.
They've had gear where it's been fully covered.
With someone like Asuka, Asuka's easy, but Io has never really done that.
Well, it's also why a lot of women wrestlers do this because they need a lot more flexibility than the men typically do, and men just have the shorts off anyway. So it's just the flexibility is allowed there, and Io is a lot more of a high flyer, so she needs that flexibility.
You don't need that with the fatal 4-way.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I kind of hope now that Nia wins that match. Now that I think about it,
shut up.
Just because it would be so fun.
Shut up.
Just because it'd be so funny if not.
Shut up.
Just because it would be so funny.
Nope. I'm not even gonna let you try to finish this thought. No.
It'd be so funny if Nia wins the title in front of the Saudi crowd, and Saudi looking at Nia as the women's wrestler. That's the top. I hate you. I know.
I hate you.
I know.
Let's move on to the next Fastlane match that we have to cover. It's the John Cena, LA Knight, and Jimmy in solo match. It was alright.
The highlight to me was Paul Heyman and his hair.
Why was I get like he went full silver, but still, I didn't really understand.
The explanation people were saying was it was showing the stress he's had to deal with everything without the tribal chief being around.
Which makes sense. I understand that, but
for a story standpoint, that is outstanding.
The highlight for me was not only John coming off the top rope, which I didn't think he would do at this age, was also Paul Heyman was giving me a play-by-play to Roman, and I'm like, does the tribal chief not have a Peacock account? Bro is probably rich as hell, and you're like, I'm not gonna pay for Peacock.
Well, they probably give him the Peacock account.
He just doesn't use it. He's like, I want to give him Paul.
He has the WWE login.
He's the one who makes the calls.
He booked this pay-per-view, actually. No, because the Tribal Chief would never let this slide.
Yeah.
No. It was okay. It was John Cena and LA Knight and Solo. And at this point, I don't expect great out of John.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect great matches out of LA Knight. Neither do I with Solo.
LA Knight is he's great on the mic. He just needs to be better in the ring. The issue is that he's not the smoothest person in the ring, which is upsetting, but
I'd still let him be my world champ.
Yeah. This match felt like it was either setting up a John Cena versus Roman at Crown Jewel, which I don't think is going to happen because they've already done that before.
They've already shot that down. I think it's LA Knight, Roman at Crown.
It's probably LA Knight versus Roman because they need to give him a shot at the title, like the big title. But that doesn't
and Saudi's the right place to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because Saudi's always looking for a big profile match.
They also love Roman, so
they love Roman. They acknowledge the Tribal Chief in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that's a given at this point. That's going to end up happening, which I'm fine with. I love it.
Unless they pick Big Bunny and John Cena's like, okay, I'll do it, but like,
I don't think Cena does.
Yeah, I don't think Cena.
I think Cena wants to work with younger wrestlers right now to try to put him over while he's around.
I can see that.
I could see Cena versus Waller at Saudi.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that were kind of just set up in the last week for Saudi. So, Pat McAfee was doing commentary. This is like right after he came out and talked about Indianapolis deserves WrestleMania, and it's a fucking financial business move here. I'm sorry, Indianapolis, you're not getting a WrestleMania. The closest thing that in this area, I live near Chicago. The closest thing in this area of the Midwest that's going to get a WrestleMania is in Minnesota with the U.S. Bank. Yeah, or the Bears' new stadium that comes out in like 6 years. That's the closest thing we're getting into this general metropolis area of like the NFC North. The best way I can explain it. That's the closest thing to Indianapolis.
Yeah, the NFC North. That is wild.
That's the closest thing you're getting to WrestleMania is Chicago with the Bears Stadium or Minneapolis with the US Bank. Because US Bank is a massive stadium. Yeah, so that was kind of scummy. I saw right through that. I didn't like that. Also, Pat McAfee came out with the new NFL belts.
Yeah, that was cool.
Those are $500, my guy.
I could see that. I could see Lucas Oil getting the Super Bowl. I mean,
they'll get appeal. They'll get appealed.
I could see them getting Mania.
No,
they can put 75 to 80,000 people in there.
Looks like how big Lucas Oil.
It is 70,000 for a basketball game.
Okay, 70,000. No, I don't think so because SoFi's bigger than that.
Lucas Oil Stadium seats 67 for football, and can be expanded to over 70,000 for basketball and major sporting conventions and events.
Yeah, but it's still very small compared to like SoFi, and I think US Bank is even bigger than that. US Bank Stadium. US Bank can fit 73,000, so you're going to give them a little bit more, and they're going to take that. And it's also what local officials are going to pay out of their ass for WrestleMania because it's a big financial gain. You're going to get more out of it than you pay, but like you got to pay a fuck ton for WrestleMania. It's like a Super Bowl. It's like who you're going to go to. You're going to have people scouting for years in advance. So like. We'll get our announcement for WrestleMania 41 probably after Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if WrestleMania 40 goes well in Philly.
It will. There's no chance.
Well, yeah.
They have yet to really
fuck night up 2.
They've yet to really fuck up a Mania.
Yeah. I mean, WrestleMania 39 in total was pretty good. Just
okay.
Night 2 was...
Night 2 was a struggle bus.
All right. You want to talk about this last man standing?
Not really.
I'm going to be honest, everyone. I fell asleep during this match. Either A, it was too late, or it was too bored.
Both.
Everyone's like, I love this match. I'm like, I didn't really feel that.
No,
It was a long, drawn out mess.
my issue. So here's my issue with last man standing matches is
I can
when
see what
you
Santi says.
face wants to win, when
Yep.
you want the face to win, so you make him look like he's fucking Superman.
Mm-hmm.
That's my issue with this. Seth was hit with big move, big move, big move, big move.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna stand up in 9 seconds again.
Yeah, I kept saying that. I'm like, okay, I know what's going on here.
That is not.
The first time he got up at 9, I was like, okay, yep, Seth's winning.
And then it's again and again and again. He probably did it 10 times.
They got thrown to a crash pad. They didn't even try to hide.
It's most companies stop trying to hide it anymore.
Fair.
But and then Shinsuke gets hit with one big move and stays down for all 10 seconds.
This was all Shinsuke, basically.
Yes, and then
I'm giving us props, but he was not dropping it. We knew that.
Here's what I'm gonna say: if you're gonna have the heel take a majority of the match and then put the babyface over, look back at Fandango versus Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Jericho took 90% of the match, and then Fandango went for the finish. And what ended up happening was that theme song was being sung outside the arena, and it ended up being the #1 song in like France. And Chris Jericho called Vince because he heard it, and he's like, "You got your new top baby face." And then the guy just ended up sucking.
Yeah.
So, but there's ways you put up a baby face. That's not how.
No.
And they're both insane. And it made Shinsuke look. This was the Shinsuke I've wanted.
Yeah, you're sounding a lot like Santi right now, my guy.
He's my brother. That's why I'm wearing the hat as well.
Makes sense.
But no, this is the Shinsuke people have wanted. Babyface Shinsuke was fine. I'm gonna punch you in the dick. Shinsuke was not fine. Because that's all his character was punching people in the dick.
Yeah. But
the Shinsuke I want is the maniacal, the evil, cuts his promos in fucking Japanese with right subtitles. That's the Shinsuke I want in WWE. And that's the Shinsuke they finally gave us. And he is so over as a heel because of it.
Yeah.
It is so easy to make a top Japanese heel because
maybe Yakuza boss.
Huh?
Make him a Yakuza boss.
I mean, look at Ghost just whatever.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah, I can't English. Whatever. Yeah, however you pronounce it.
Words.
What made the game way better than it was the mode where you can play black and white. Everything they said was in Japanese, and you had the English subtitles. That's what made that game outstanding.
I don't know.
And the combat. The combat was everything. It was good, but that little piece. A lot of games don't go through the effort of that. But something about reading subtitles of people speaking Japanese is amazing. That's why people watch anime.
I was say you should watch anime, my guy.
I love anime.
It's awesome.
Yeah. No, and that's literally what anime is. It's just subtitles while people speak in Japanese, and you barely watch the show.
I see. I got ADHD. I gotta watch the show. I can't read subtitles.
So that's how Shinsuke's character is, and it is fucking amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing character right now. It's just that it sucks that you can't make him win against Seth because Seth is their biggest star right now with Roman gone. That's unequivocally said, but can't have him lose the belt right now. And everyone wants him to lose the belt. The only person I can see losing the belt is set already for Crown Jewel, and that's Drew McIntyre.
I am so excited for that.
Let's talk about Crown Jewel before I get into NXT because that happened just recently. But Crown Jewel, we need to talk about because I probably won't be here.
Yeah, Solo, Big K Solo.
Yeah, probably not. We'll probably before right before it.
We'll make it work.
My issues with predictions.
I'll get the predictions at least from Grayson.
Yeah, so Crown Jewel is set for November 4th, which is 3 weeks before Survivor Series, which is awesome.
And it sucks because I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live.
I probably won't be able to either.
We suck at our job.
Yeah, I'm out of town that week. they announced it November 4th. I'm like, oh, I assumed it would be November 4th, but I'm just realizing, fuck, I'm literally out of the state.
I work that day and I can't get out of it.
It's around noon, right? Because it's Saudi.
It's 11 for me.
Yeah. So, but that Drew McIntyre Seth match is what I've been begging for. I'm like, this is the person you have Seth drop to.
I would be so fine with it. I mean, we've been saying Drew deserves the opportunity to win it in front of a crowd. And that Saudi crowd is consistently not that bad. So that pop would go crazy. It's just, I'm just happy. It's Drew. I was on the Drew train before when he eliminated Brock Lesnar. And now I was talking about Drew.
Okay.
About how I've been on the train since he eliminated Drew from the Brock from the Rumble.
I've been on the train for longer than that.
I might be before. I think
Clash of the Castle, my guy.
That was before. That was after.
Are you talking about Rumble 2022?
Yes.
Okay.
Before he even won the world title.
Okay.
I jumped on his trains, and I was already lenient on this because I love Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Drew's awesome. I love his character because I thought it was a heel. He's not a heel. He's not. He's not. He's
chaotic neutral, my guy.
He's chaotic neutral, perfectly. Oh well, it doesn't concern me. I'm not gonna help. Oh hi Dom. Yeah, no, you're not bringing that briefcase down. Headbutt. Get the fuck out of here, suitcase.
I thought that scream was about to break from halfway through it.
Drew is. I really hope they figure his contract out. If they haven't,
I think they did. That's why he came back.
Because I do not want to lose this man.
Because he was gone for a while. We were considering he's going to AEW,
and he cannot leave WWE at this point because he could arguably be. You give him a title, he could be the biggest star. But he also had the best line of the night last night.
What was that? I don't.
Why didn't Seth comes up? So you're talking about how you want me at 100%, but you watch them jump me, but then help. Then he's like, because I know what happens when the Judgment Day how the Judgment Day wins, and they win by numbers. What's going on SmackDown? They play the numbers game. They've had the title for 3 years now and counting.
Yeah,
she just went off on a little random. Yeah, Roman's had the title for 3 fucking days with the same game. I'm not letting that fucking happen again.
Mm-hmm. Which kind of goes into maybe a Drew match against Roman. But probably after Mania, and if Roman retains, I can see Drew taking the belt.
I want it again. I want the rematch at Mania.
It's not gonna happen at Mania. You know this. It's gonna be Cody or Rock.
I want Cody versus Seth at Mania.
Dude, Seth
full circle.
Okay, Seth and Cody are not friends. We know this, and if Seth loses again, he's gonna be pissed more than he already is about it, because he's lost 3 times in a row to Cody.
Yes, but imagine if it's 4.
You really want to piss off one of the top stars in WWE.
But imagine if he wins the Tryst. Cody loses again at Mania. The story never ends.
Well, he can't finish the story. The story is not the World Heavyweight Championship. It's the WWE Championship.
I think he'll take either of them right now, man. He's been delegated to the titles no one wants because that usually means something's going on. That's a title he is currently holding.
But it gave us one of the best moments in WWE in the last 3 months. That press conference is amazing. Now you look 21.
Dude. That was the highlight of the year.
It was pretty fucking great.
That's my match of the year candidate.
The press conference.
Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso battle alcohol.
They battle Hunter in the back room screaming that they can't say this shit.
Oh, and then also in that press conference, someone asked Io if she'd face Taylor Swift at
worst fucking reporter in the world. I understand Taylor is amazing. I love Taylor Swift, and she is currently in the sports beat right now. Don't ask her for the wrestle fucking Taylor Swift
at Mania.
Yeah, hey, Taylor is not in
I love the looks Bailey and Dakota and Io gave each other. They're like, Is this guy fucking
I
for
thought the
real?
E was like, "Are you crazy?"
Well, and then Hunter, before he said, he's like, please keep it to wrestling, no Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I love them. I love that press conference might be the best press conference of the year.
definitely, it's up there.
Yeet!
Woo.
Do you feel him, sir? Do you feel him?
Do you feel? I was kind of hoping that Cody would just like go back into like internet history and be like, "Do you feel that, Mr. Krause?"
Do you feel me now, Mr. Krabs? How about now? No. But I mean,
overall, Fastlane was not good.
no.
Bleacher Report says B+. I say C- at best, and that's with the press conference.
Okay. I was like, no way. That's like a D plus maximum.
Oh yeah, I'm saying with
But
the
with the
press
press conference, the press conference makes it a fucking A plus best pay per view of the year. Because there's no reason why the best hour of a pay per view should be after the pay per view.
There's no way it should be, but with the press conference, I'll give it a C-.
With the press conference, I'll give it a C just because the first half hour of that press conference was legendary. Without, it's probably a D plus.
I'd probably put in D-. Yeah,
it is so bad.
It was not good. The booking was terrible. The matches weren't great. We need Bianca back. I feel like.
Hey, I'm just saying. We talked about an equalizer for Rhea if we do Bobby Lashley and Street Profits versus Judgment Day.
Okay, I want to ask you: is this because she's a black wrestler?
No, it's because her and Montez are dating.
Okay, they're married. First of all,
married. Sorry,
and second of all, I keep seeing people just like mock every black wrestler to that group. I'm like, nope, stop. Every black wrestler needs to be part of the group. Just
give them Alexa Bliss. Give them the whitest girl ever.
She's pregnant. Give her a break.
give them Liv Morgan. Give them some really white.
Don't do this to me. Don't do. I've seen enough Rio versus Liv to make me cry until Mania. Okay, and at Mania, I'm happy for it, but like, stop.
Just give me the whitest girl. But the memes, if it's a white girl in that group, would go crazy.
Mike, oh my god.
I
just know what you're talking about.
do you see the point though in that?
Yeah, I just understood what you were talking. I'm like, yeah, I think you were like just because like everyone's like mocking every black wrestler. I understood what you're talking.
No.
Yep,
it almost with that now in my head, it almost has to be a black woman. Because that meme would be all over WWE Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think Hunter. I think Hunter's a little smarter than to do that. So
no, he probably would do it just for the meme.
I feel like we do it for like a week and a half, and then just kick her out.
Bianca comes back. Get off my husband.
Oh yeah.
Is it bad? I want that now. Just to see.
For a week and a half, I'll be okay with it. Not for like a whole ass.
Do you know who would probably post the meme too? It will 100% be Shawn Michaels who would post the meme. And Hunter retweets it. Dude, I can only imagine the 90s wrestling fans who have not looked at wrestling one bit since then. Just seeing Shawn Michaels and Triple H are running WWE creative. And what goes through the mind of, hey, DX officially took over WWE.
One of the best moments is I just kick Stan. So if that's the method of going through matches and going through booking, amazing.
Dude, I just kick Stan. Well, those are the right two guys in charge.
It is. It definitely is. I couldn't imagine anyone else. If Vince was in charge, Rhea would have dropped the belt to Nia like a year ago. And she hasn't even had the belt a year. So
I'm just gonna say Fastlane was a Vince pay-per-view, full through and through.
That's just gonna give me like the relaxation in my mind
that's my excuse. If this happens again, it's all on Hunter.
If Crown Jewel or Survivor Series is like this, yeah, fuck yeah.
It is
that's better.
1000% on Hunter. No excuses.
Yeah.
I don't want no Vince McMahon made last minute shit. Nope. I will not even accept that as an excuse after that. At that point,
No.
because it's
Trips
bullshit.
he's 99% in control. The rest I think is like Nick.
What, as Nick and Vince have a combined 0.1%.
Yeah. But I want to talk about something that has to do with creative real quick before we get into like NXT and stuff like that. Because a certain person, as reported, is no longer in talks with WWE because
That's not even the wild one to me of the two. Did you see the other reports I sent you?
Did you send me a report? Because Trips and Nick said no, but Vince said yes, and that being CM Punk.
Oh wait, no, I didn't send you a report. I sent you a GIF of who it is.
Oh, I didn't know who that was.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk. We'll talk Punk first. Yeah. I do not believe a word about that. I think it is. I think it's so obvious that it's going to happen that they're trying to say no, because the best returns recently have been the guys who had nothing said about them.
Mm-hmm.
And the pop in Chicago of CM Punk getting shot down versus it being confirmed that CM Punk's coming is 10 times different. And that's just the honest truth.
Nope.
So I really think they're just shooting it down. But that's not the one I want to talk about mainly.
Okay, let me make my 2 cents on
Punk. Make it 2 cents.
Okay. That's not just a report from one place. That's from multiple different sources. There's gonna be if it was gonna be true that Punk was coming, or in some way, another source would have came in and said, "Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt." They didn't say that though. It's easily. Am I frozen?
No.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I'm reading some stuff. So when we talk about NXT,
got it. But I mean, I think WWE realizes that yes, Punk has a great impact on the fans, but in the locker room, it's going to destroy the men's locker room, it's going to destroy the women's locker room somehow, in some way. It's going to happen somehow, and they realize that they need to keep the locker room intact, in control, before they can bring Punk in, and it's in control right now. But Punk is such a wild card, you can't introduce that. It's going to fuck up the dynamic.
Oh, actually, no, his camera froze. I'm going to piss off Grayson with what I'm going to say here. But I actually have to wait because I have to see his reaction when I say this. And if he cuts this out, that's a lame move. This should be the TikTok, even. So we'll wait. We'll see what he has to say. But this is as mad as Grayson's ever going to get on the Cub Stomp. So we'll see.
No, Punk. Don't bring him back for Survivor Series. Bring him back the day after on Raw, so I don't have to see him.
Hey, Grayson, you ready for a TikTok?
Go ahead. Throw it at me.
Here's what needs to happen with CM Punk. And a good friend of ours, Geek, mentioned that this needs to happen. And did not say his name. This Punk needs to be it. So they're building up Rhea to be the new Eddie.
Sure.
Do you remember when Eddie cheated on China?
Yeah.
What if Rhea cheats on Dom with CM Punk?
Nope, with Buddy. It has to be with Buddy.
Nope, it is CM Punk.
When you bring Buddy back.
CM Punk! CM Punk! CM Punk!
You want me to kill you, don't you?
Yes.
I will legitimately murder someone if that happens. FBI, I'm not going to. I promise. It's just me saying that, like, I hate that. The idea of that is terrible. Bro, he's just checking out his phone.
Oh no, it was something. It was someone being a homie. It was someone being an actual homie.
What does that mean?
I'll tell you afterwards. But it's something you're gonna be happy of too.
CM Punk needs to stay far away from the WWE, and if he joins the WWE, stays far, far away from the Judgment Day. Put him on SmackDown, lock him over there.
Have Punk vs. Rhea for Mania.
Yeah, have Rhea fucking
and have Punk squash her.
No, I hate you.
I know. I love you too.
Have Roman squash fucking CM Punk. I'll be happy. Because CM Punk's not gonna want to go get squashed, but I swear Roman will probably actually Superman punch him into next week. So
Okay, so do you want me to talk about the other guy?
yeah,
You really didn't recognize
Velveteen.
him?
Well, I caught the
That's
link. It's
that's
Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream.
Yeah,
You know
I have
what
no
happened
idea.
with him, right?
Nope.
So he was supposed to be the next big thing in WWE,
Mhm.
but was caught messaging underage males, and
Oh, okay. Yep. Why is he back in WWE?
apparently, and WWE shot these down.
Okay.
But the fact that these rumors started is horrifying because it probably means it happened, and WWE just doesn't want the name around it.
Mm-hmm.
Is apparently he was in the Performance Center at one point a few days ago.
They have Gable
Whether
Stevenson.
whether it was just visiting or whatever, he was around the WWE Performance Center
He
at
should have
some
been
point.
even around the building.
And that is concerning. I mean, they said he's been going through therapy and stuff. So if you're giving him a second chance, I can understand it. But you need to have proof that it actually fucking worked.
Yeah, I'm not letting that man anywhere around the Performance Center if I don't have a shred of actual development. Because if he's doing that, that's fucking disgusting.
It was years back.
I don't care if it's years
but
back.
You need to have proof that he has fucking changed.
I'm sorry, if you are talking to underage persons as a person above the age of 18, besides if you're in high school, that's a weird gray area. It's odd, but if you're 19,
there's some weird gray areas.
Yeah, but if you're out of high school and you are starting to message underage people, I'm done with you.
If you did not, if it's more than a year difference and you have not known them
beforehand, yeah,
it is fucking weird.
Yeah, no, that's disgusting.
And if it's gonna happen, I hope it fucking doesn't. But I need concrete proof that this man has fucking changed. But let's keep him away from WWE. I want him nowhere near this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. John Cena said he was the next big thing out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So many guys said that this man was going to be the next superstar, the next megastar. He was what LA Knight is right now. Who's supposed to be what LA Knight is right now, but 10 years younger. Mm-hmm. If not more than 10. And he threw it away.
They also have Gable Stevenson also still on the roster, even after the cuts. It's just come on, guys. I understand you want to have good products, and these guys look like they're good, prospects, but some morals got to step in at some point, guys.
There comes a point.
Mm-hmm. And it's when you start talking to underage people and you start doing things unconsensually. That's when you cut the line off. And shit, even people who kill people redeem themselves after they feel guilty about it. A lot of those people who do that type of stuff, like the other stuff we've been talking about, don't feel very guilty. So, let's move on to a brighter topic. That being NXT.
Do we want the AEW man now or later?
Let's do AEW because I didn't know anything. I didn't see anything about it. So.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. This feels like a one-sided rivalry.
The Edge Luchasaurus?
No.
The NXT, the WWE.
AEW versus WWE.
Okay.
All night, Tony Khan was taking shots at WWE. Things on Twitter. I think it was either today or last night saying that Shawn Michaels completely ruined his chance for Booker of the Year. Tony Khan said this, keep in mind. Not someone on the AEW roster.
This is the guy, the main guy, yeah.
The guy. He called Nick Khan a con man.
That's kind of if it's a good pun. That's if he actually used Khan as a.
He did, but after he called Nick Khan the second best con in wrestling, and went after Khan, he went after Vince taking shots at his allegations.
I mean, that's Vince, so that's fine.
He went out of his way to take shots at WWE for zero reason.
Mm-hmm.
And what is frustrating is that AEW was like, blah, blah, blah. Our shit's better than their shit. On for the battle. Cool. It better fucking be. You have the C brand against your main roster.
Mm-hmm.
What do you fucking expect? Honestly. if the fucking
It's like
if the Philadelphia Eagles
It's a
played the Chicago Bears practice squad, what would you expect to happen?
why you got shit on the Bears, my guy?
I don't want to shit on my Broncos.
I was gonna say it's like the 49ers because they're the best team.
Yeah,
in
the
right
49,
now,
yeah.
playing like Western Kentucky.
What do you expect? It's the developmental guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys on there who, and granted, WWE threw some people on there.
Mm-hmm.
One main roster wrestler who has not been on NXT had a match.
Well, she's undefeated on NXT, so.
And she's undefeated on NXT. One.
Mm-hmm.
Edge's first match. Christian Cage had a match, I think, or at least opened the show. Bryan Danielson had a match. You had these top dogs going against Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. Going against Ilya Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio.
Which also awesome.
That is what you are doing. No.
I do want to say that WWE definitely made shots by booking, but not through like actual like shit talk. They let the product speak for itself. They definitely loaded up NXT, but like they weren't like trying to like destroy them like through like references or call outs or whatever. So, and all I saw last night was all NXT. I didn't see, like I told you, I didn't see anything about AEW last week because so we don't even have the numbers for last night because it's what we're shooting this on Wednesday.
No, we have them.
Do we already have them?
I have them.
Oh my god, bring them on, my guy.
That's what I was.
I gotta see this shit.
So
I want to see how badly they just got murdered.
The peak of each program.
Yeah.
Which one you want first? AEW or NXT?
Give me AEW so I can compare it to
AEW. The peak viewership programs. The Christian Cage promo and Bryan Danielson versus Swerve.
Not even Edge?
Edge was in the peak.
Wow. That's
731,000 viewers.
That's
731,000 viewers, sorry.
That's nothing.
WWE's peak was the Cody Rhodes, Dragunov, Dom, and Rhea segment to start off the show. With, want to take a guess on the number?
I'm guessing like 2.2 something.
No.
No, not that high?
No, not even close.
Well, that's what happened on SmackDown like last week, so.
991,000.
It's so not as bad.
200,000 viewer difference.
It's a big difference, but like I think it'd be like a million something to like.
ASO, that's an ASO versus a CISO. Keep in mind.
That is true.
Am I going to say AEW is worse than? I'm not going to come out here and say AEW is bad. Is not good. I love AEW for wrestling because wrestling every night is what people deserve. I'm not come out talking all this shit and lose to the CISO. Cool, Cody Rhodes was on the show. Cool, Cena. Cool, Heyman. Cool, Oscar. Cool, we gotta see the Dead Man, the American Badass.
Yeah, he's not gonna do the Dead Man number again. He said that before.
You still should not lose to a CISO.
I do want to see. I saw this chart not too long ago about the amount of tickets sold for each wrestling show, and it's like
AEW is struggling.
It's not even that. It's just like WWE has sold 1.4 million tickets in the last year, and it showed every other promotion. Like AEW is a big chunk for that every other promotion, but they don't even compare. Like all the other promotions do not even match up to how many tickets WWE showed. And Collision, which was supposed to be CM Punk show because he was having problems in the locker room, and they need to make a whole new show to actually
to showcase his talents. Yeah, because big fucking ego Punk, even though he's coming to WWE.
I hate my internet.
Yeah, I do too.
Where was I?
You were talking about the CM Punk show.
Yeah, so Collision is a CM Punk. It was supposed to be CM Punk show for people that wanted to work with Punk, even though he's creating issues in the locker room. And we've been seeing videos of every Collision show that comes out. It's a Saturday night, also, so it's not even that great. Of the arena basically being empty. It looks like a house show for WWE, but worse. I went to a house show back in February, here in Chicago, and it was packed. That show was packed. It was more packed than what we saw in Collision from this last week. So like AEW needs to either like cut Collision off, like just make it just like mesh it back into the rest. Oh my god,
English.
Mesh it back with the rest of the roster, or they gotta find something. They gotta move to a different night or something because right now Saturday is not working out for them. It's not good.
You're trying to compete with college football.
Yeah, you're competing with college. You're gonna be competing with the NFL at some point during this year because they'll move to Saturdays after college football is over.
They'll do if they only when there's holidays on Sundays.
True.
The only
Also,
time they play Saturday.
Well, they do it after college football sometimes, especially with the playoffs.
Playoffs they play Saturdays.
Also, you also have to deal with NBA coming up, the NHL.
Well, NBA, everyone's gonna have to deal with the NBA.
Yeah, but like WWE has such a big landmark presence, and they know everyone knows it's Monday. It's Mondays and Fridays typically, and if you want to watch it on Tuesday, if nothing's on, watch NXT. That's typically how it goes. Collision though is already struggling right now, and you're going to have to start dealing with these other sporting events that are coming up that typically air on Saturdays. So, what are you gonna do? You gotta either it's now or never, Tony. It's cut Collision off or do something.
They have too many people to cut off a show's the issue.
No, I'm just saying, just cancel the show, moving back to with the rest of the.
It comes to my point of, you can have a lot of talent on a roster.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much.
There's a point where there's too much.
Yeah. There is a point where it's too much. Where you have 10, they have 30 guys who could be world champs somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's too many.
That's true.
WWE has 7 to 8 world picture guys, I'd say, who could challenge out of the blue.
Yeah.
That feels like it doesn't feel like enough. But less is more sometimes. Because then it makes WWE start to work on developing that guys, finding those new guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's just where AEW's at, is they can't develop anyone because you have MJF, you have Bryan Danielson, you have John Moxley, you have Samoa Joe, you have this, Kenny Omega, Jay White. You have 30 guys who you told me, hey, we are getting Kenny Omega versus John Moxley in an hour-long match tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'd click it on and watch because that's going to be a good fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more in wrestling sometimes.
Yeah, it's like we went from Vince's like 12 matches of PLE to
6
with trips, and I don't know about you, but the 6 feels a lot better and it feels a lot more like concrete. And I feel like, oh yeah, these are PLE matches. These aren't my normal Raw bullshit. Besides this,
Manias have been banging outside of night 2, and you can't blame him for night 2.
I mean, you can't, but like,
no, it was booked beautifully.
It's booked great, except for Brock versus Omos.
But you had to find a way to get Brock on is the issue, and there's no one else for Brock to fight.
There's plenty of people for Brock to fight,
but they could not have booked. He could not have booked that pay-per-view more better with what he had.
Mm-hmm. The decisions in night 2 were wrong. Yeah,
there's some things that happened that night that he had no control over.
They said a lot.
Finn and Edge, with Finn getting injured.
You could still have Finn go over and still win.
Yeah, but with that injury, he cut the match short.
He did. You couldn't do a lot more. Probably the spot.
So there's not much. So that's why I felt rushed, and there was a big pause. Was Finn got fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
The women's match, the women's tag, just never got going.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times where there were spots where they were supposed to get going.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't execute them.
Yeah, I also think that's because it was the opening match and the crowd wasn't hyped.
It was the second match.
Brock versus Omos wasn't going to get anyone hyped.
Yes. Well, I mean, the night before, night one, the opening match didn't blow the steel do shit.
Yeah, but Cena. People love Cena.
Yes, but do you know what match woke people up?
Hmm?
Fucking Gable Stevenson suplexing Braun Strowman woke the crowd up.
Gable Stevenson was not in the match.
I'm Chad Gable.
I'm like,
Chad Gable.
no, Gable Stevenson.
That woke the crowd up.
It did.
There was no match on that night, too, until the main event.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was.
Well, night 2 also had the triple threat, right? With
Oh,
Sheamus.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had the best match of the year.
I mean, debatable. I got this fly that's just chilling around my screen. There, I got him.
Hold on, can I complain about something and then we'll finally talk about NXT?
Go ahead.
Bronson Reed should not have a fucking title match.
Agreed.
He's not fucking good.
I mean, he's all right.
He's a Vince guy.
It's not even a Vince. I mean, he's big Bronson Reed. I mean, you give him the fucking stupid name, yeah. But I don't think it's even a Vince thing here. I think it's more of a, like, we need someone to challenge here. But you know who you have someone ready and waiting for our challenge for that belt right now. Named Chad fucking Gable.
Give him another shot.
On pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, do it right there, in front of all that fucking hyped up crowd.
And this is why, and Bronson Reed's the epitome of why I hate squash matches.
Mm-hmm.
They expect him to get over just by squashing people.
Yeah, that's not how you do
it. This is not the same WWE fan base you had 10 years ago.
No.
Where you could squash a bunch of no-names, Akira Tozawa, local competitors. And that's how you got a lot of guys really over back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, it is a lot of wrestling fanatics. Mm-hmm. We want to see good match. That's why Gunther is so over. The people who love his style, who love that kind of wrestling. Gunther's outstanding at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Gunther gets so over. That's why Drew's so over. He's great in the ring. Yeah. The guys who are over, not named Dominic Mysterio, are outstanding in the ring.
Dominic's good in the ring. What are you talking about?
He's outstanding though.
I mean, he threw Ilya Dragunov right into those fucking ropes like a fucking rocket, my guy.
That's all Dragunov being explosive.
True.
But he's not outstanding in the ring.
No.
The most over wrestlers not named Dom are outstanding.
Besides LA Knight as well. Yeah.
Zelina's pretty damn good in the ring too.
I said LA Knight.
LA Knight. LA Knight's just a rock, but not good in the ring.
Yeah, at this point in wrestling, we're starting to realize that A, longer reigns are what's loved right now. And B, that charisma can only bring you so far.
Yes.
Charisma is amazing.
LA Knight will get held back until he is he can carry a match.
He'll get his world championship match early right now, like probably in Crown Jewel.
And the pop will be crazy because he's over.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll win a belt until he gets a lot better in the ring.
He needs the improvement, and I don't know if it's going to come with his age.
It can. We've seen it.
I hope so because I want.
I mean,
I want main event LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it only can bring you so far, and right now, it ain't happening.
The NXT champion Dragunov is not that good on the mic.
He's starting to come decent.
He's getting better, but he's not good, and he's only 30, and he is a insane in-ring competitor.
How old is Bronson Reed? Let's look at that.
Bronson 28, I want to say.
He's only 28.
No, actually, I don't believe that.
He's 35.
And we're pushing him.
And Gable, I think, is like 29.
No, he's older than that. He's been around since 2016.
37, but still.
I was gonna say he was a 26 call up. 16.
Gable is a hell of a good guy on mic. Is an amazing technical wrestler. He's what I want Gunther to be. Gunther, great in the ring. I'll give him his flowers. But I don't like Gunther because I don't feel the charisma coming off of him. We need both parts of the game. I think I just said like Kaleb into the fucking shadow realm with that take. I don't feel it. That might just be me, but like
it is definitely just you.
I don't feel the charisma.
That is just you,
apparently. But
god damn, you fucking
like
stupid.
Bronson Reed, he's got one move I can remember off the top of my name. What the name is? That's called the tsunami. That's just him jumping off the top rope.
Bro, that's murder.
I mean, bro's a big man, and that's all they talk about. That he's big, and he's strong. And we talked about this, I think, last episode. Just that when people's characters just that they're big and strong, like Rick Boogs. This is 2 weeks ago, I guess.
That was when we talked about Rick Boogs. Yes.
When your character is I'm big and I'm strong, and you may have another gimmick, doesn't do it for you. You can't.
Rick Boogs, Ryback.
Yeah, no.
Those are 2 guys who come to my mind with that.
And Bronson Reed is one of those, and he's
not good.
No.
He's missing both sides.
I really hope Gunther ruins so.
Should we finally actually talk about how NXT was last night?
We should.
I know you did not watch.
I watched some of it through Sanity because that's what this morning.
Cody opened the show.
Yes.
He announced one thing might have already been announced, but he announced the big one. There's going to be a men's breakout tournament after the women's, but I think that was already announced.
No, it was not.
The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
I assume that's what it was going to be.
Is also coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody announced it beautifully. Because the crowd started chanting, Dusty, Dusty. And he's like, he sounds like you guys want something back with his name in it, don't you? Like a tag tournament. Or something like he did great. Dragunov came back, and the fanboy in me was like, "Yo, we're getting Cody versus Dragunov tonight."
Yeah, I know.
I was like, "Please, God, if you've ever loved me, this is all I ask for. Give me Dragunov, give me Cody. I know you can't let the new NXT champ lose right away, so have someone interrupt the match."
No, we got to be a better match. We got to be a better person for Dragunov to face. Yes, we did.
Because that was so soft.
It was, but still.
It was so soft.
Somehow, Dom got fucking drowned out by an NXT crowd. I just want to say that. I can imagine them putting crowd noises in for NXT.
That probably was.
I can tell you right now, if you've ever been to a Raw or SmackDown,
they do not.
They don't. It's deafening. Even back in April when I went before Backlash, you can hear shit.
No, my thing with that match is, and Rhea is the only reason that this didn't get a lot more attention, because Rhea said it and not Dom.
Mm-hmm.
But Rhea's like, Dom doesn't need to put his title on the line. He just won it, and he's tired from having the WWE on his back. And I'm just standing there like, Dragunov's not the same thing. This has literally been Dragunov has. I can make my top 10 best matches of the year. In Dragunov, I could easily put 8 Dragunov matches.
But you gotta realize, Dom is the champion of North America. Dragunov's only the champion of NXT. It only goes so far when you're the NXT champion. The North American champion, he's got a lot of struggles to carry on. Also, he also defends his championship on Raw a lot. So she has a point, but it's not a good one.
It's a horrible.
Hey, Mommy does not make mistakes. Okay? Mommy is perfect. She has no mistakes in her repertoire.
That blonde hair she had when she started was a mistake.
She hated that blonde hair. She hated the long hair. She hated the blonde hair. She hated it. So.
No.
She had pigtails, on Raw.
Yeah.
I thought it was adorable.
No, so that happened. Roxanne versus Asuka was good. They made the right call with that. Let Roxanne look good, but have Asuka win.
I think it would have been better if they had. Because I watched the match, but I thought it would have been better if Roxanne kind of had a little more resistance, like more close calls, get a very close pinfall to Asuka, more or less. It just didn't happen.
No, because I feel like that's still the experience.
What do you mean?
It felt like Asuka won that match based on the experience in the ring.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that if Roxanne had more close pinfalls, more close, like pin
Yeah.
pin Asuka a little bit closer to 3 or whatever you want to do that.
I thought that match was just perfect.
It was good. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying I wish that they would put Roxanne a little bit more over with Asuka. Give her like, hey, she can tank with the big dogs up in like the main roster. Give her that type of thing, and then it could spur into a NXT championship reign if you want to do that, or call her up, either one. But I don't know if they really sold the because a lot of people from like SmackDown and Raw, people who just watch those shows came to watch them to see the younger talent. You want to put the younger talent more on the spotlight. And yeah, they should have done that.
Yeah, but you also have to and I think if any wrestling fan did a little bit of research and learned Roxanne was only 22.
I think she's 21.
Whatever, whichever one she is. And she was that good still.
Yep.
You see that, you know what? Let her have another year in NXT or 2.
She's 21 for another month.
If she's in there for 1 or 2 more
We
years.
are the same age. So that just clicked in my head. I'm the same age as Roxanne Perez.
Yeah. Let them have a year or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let her have a year or 2 to fully flesh out who she is.
Yeah.
And then call her up. Because in a year or 2, that women's division is going to be making a big change.
Yeah, with like Charlotte, Becky, Bayley moving out.
A lot of them could be leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Cora Jade, Tiffany Stratton, and Roxanne. It's like on, a lot of NFL teams have the yay. When we finally get this guy on the field, it's go time.
That's what I was saying last week. I think that NXT right now has a brewing of another 4 horsewomen.
Yeah, they are so ready. And it's not even just the women's side. The men's side is clearly having their next big stars.
Mm-hmm.
But that WWE is just, I think, the only reason a lot of these people haven't been called up is because they want to keep them brewing until people start dropping.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dragunov, Carmelo, and Braun will come sooner than later.
I think within the next
I
year.
think those 3 will come before the women.
Yeah.
Because at this point, the men are leaving quicker than the women.
Well, also the men are a lot older right now. Like the
men are
all
not Braun. Braun's 25.
No, but I'm saying like
but
the men
in
the main roster.
And the men, yeah.
Like Seth is 39, Roman's 38.
AJ's almost done. Cena's about to be done.
And you need those guys to fill those roles. So
and you need the next John Cena. You need the next AJ Styles. You need the next this and that. And while they're not dead on copies, which is good.
Yeah, we don't want another one.
You have your next, and people not throwing Dragunov's name in here as much as they should is fucking stupid to me. I know I'm the world's highest guy in Dragunov.
I was gonna say you're a Dragunov fanboy right now.
I love Dragunov.
Which is valid. I'm just saying you're like going hardcore.
Oh my! But Dragunov is one of the 3 guys with Braun and Carmelo who, when they come onto the scene, are going to be threats.
Mm-hmm.
If they're on the upcoming WrestleMania, I would not be surprised.
I mean, I would love to see an NXT like defense on WrestleMania. They've done it before, so it's not like
I can't wait. The only reason I want the Bloodline storyline to end is because the next Heyman guy's already been chosen. Braun Breaker's the next Heyman guy.
Yeah.
If you saw his introduction last night of Braun Breaker, you could feel the Heyman guy energy radiating off Paul Heyman. Because he's all those years doing Brock Lesnar, having at the start of both of his first and last name, easy fucking transition, and it sounded so good. Carmelo Hayes is so fucking good.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anyone to be a manager. He's electric on the mic. He's great in ring. Dragunov, not great. He's the perfect mid-card reliable guy. Who's he might not. You hand him a mic, he might not steal the damn show. He might not have a Punk moment or a Cena moment, something like that. But you tell him it's you and this one guy who no one has heard of have a good match, and the match will at least be good.
You love your Zigglers.
Yes, I do.
You love your Zigglers.
Yes, I do. And that's what Dragunov is looking to becoming.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, Ziggler's charisma was better than Dragunov's.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggler's charismatic as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to come with Dragunov.
Eventually.
Eventually, it'll come.
I just hate that. I knew exactly you were going with that. I'm like stop.
And then you look at that women's side, and you have your next Becky. Tiffany
You
Stratton's
don't need
your
our
next
next
Becky.
people.
That's your next Becky. Tiffany Stratton's your
Tiffany's
next
not
Becky.
a Becky, if anything. She's a short-lived anything. Daddy's a little girl.
I'm more referring to
blonde.
what they will not.
Their accomplishments. Okay, if you're talking about accomplishments,
I'm not doing direct
character. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's your next show of your next Becky of Tiffany or Roxanne. One of those two is your next big thing in the women's division. The other one's your Bailey, because they're gonna just be reliable. I don't know which one it'll be,
dude. I can't wait to see them interact with Rhea. Because when the four horsemen leave, it's Rhea's show. Like that it's already Rhea's show at this point, but like still, it's Rhea's like she's the leader of the locker room.
Rhea has a show. Rhea has a whole show by herself.
But when the next generation of women walk into the locker room at that point in time, they're gonna look to Rhea.
Yes, because Rhea has to be the veteran,
and she will be.
Because Natalia, I don't know how long left she has either.
No.
And that's when Natty's bonus is she is that veteran.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna lose Natty eventually, and that's gonna be something we all. No, she is. She has to be older than.
She's 41. She's 41.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. She was born in 1982 in Calgary.
Jeez, people come out and hate on Natty because she hasn't always been the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But locker room rise, helping these young talents.
She's the Ziggler of the women.
She's the Ziggler of the women. But I wouldn't quite go that far. But as a locker room presence, you couldn't ask more from her.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's someone who's been around for what feels like fucking forever. That's why I was shocked she's only fucking 41.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was like 45, 46.
Nah.
Not because of how she looks. She looks younger than that. But she has been around so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that we have that next generation brewing. That's not even talking about guys like Trick Williams, the Creed brothers. There's a lot of guys on NXT who, honestly, if you wanted to start a third show, that is a number one show, you could just take NXT to that next level.
Well, they already are. That's what they're doing.
It's still pretty damn clearly a secondary show. But you could get them to start competing with the Raws and SmackDowns with the talent they have on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why, and I will stand by the point, Shawn Michaels is so perfect for NXT because he can still do all the stuff. That's why I like Hunter's with his medical stuff. He can't go in a ring and really show him what to do, how to take a bump, this, and this. Shawn Michaels will get his hands fucking dirty. Oh, he is frozen. Okay. Shawn will get dirty. Shawn is not scared to get fucking dirty in that ring. I would not be shocked if Shawn Michaels eventually has a match with some of these NXT talents. But he also understands what it takes to be a star. Because he was the original he was one of the original megastars. I'm talking about Shawn Michaels. So you know. He was one of the original megastars.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about how he told Melo he wasn't ready to go to that main roster.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people who hated that he's clearly ready. Shawn doesn't want to send someone up if they're not ready.
Yeah.
And that was what was happening a lot with Vince. Is Vince would call someone up because they've had success on NXT. Look at Karrion Kross.
Mhm.
Oh, he's super over with the crowd. We had to get him over. I think if you would have asked Sean or a Hunter, whoever was running NXT at the time, the answer would have been no.
Mhm.
Because they saw what was going on. They would have said, take Adam Cole.
Mhm.
Keep Kerry in here because we need to keep making him be the star.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the NXT call-ups fail. They keep saying it's just bad booking by Vince. No, it's bad decisions by Vince.
Mhm.
Because I'm telling you right now, there's not a single call-up that happens that Sean does not get a say in.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
And nowadays. And Sean will not say, well, I want to keep him because that's my guy.
Mhm.
I'm telling you right now, he told them Solo is ready to go.
Yeah. My only issue with one of the call-ups right now is Indy hasn't really had anything to do right now.
I think they called up just because of the group, though.
Probably.
That's the thing. But
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to pull something on my ass because I thought you were stopping.
No. But the NXT roster can afford call-ups now.
Mm-hmm.
Because every week they have a new star. And they're so young.
They also signed a bunch of people recently that were like from college football and stuff like that.
I looked at it today. They have like 6 guys over the age of 30 officially on that roster.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fucking insane because that's a 50-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
And no other company in the world can claim that.
I mean, AEW's old as shit, so.
AEW's old as shit.
Which there's gonna be a point in time, and I'm gonna circle back to AEW here with it. Back in like 2002, 3-ish, when Stone Cold left and Hogan was at the end of his reign and stuff like that. We were forced into the Ruthless Aggression era where they had to build new stars, and AEW is gonna have to start doing that at some point because I mean, when one of your bigger signings is Edge, no offense, he's 49 years old. He ain't gonna be doing this for too much longer. And you got Luchasaurus, John Moxley's still up there. He's around Roman and Seth Sage. You're at some point you're gonna start looking for new people, and NXT is the perfect way to start developing and start. Hey, we're building guys. You already know these guys we're talking about that want to go up and want to be bigger stars, and they're doing it perfectly. So they don't have to scramble for new stars. So they don't have to shove everyone on your TV. So they can have storylines like how the Bloodline is and how every other, like the Judgment Day, and have these big ass storylines immediately when they get called up.
And I hate that I'm about to quote Vince for what he said. There's an interview he said on the Stone Cold podcast with Stone Cold.
Uh-huh.
Because Stone Cold asked about it, and he's like, he called out a lot of the locker room. He's like, a lot of these young guys don't want it. If I would have walked in there and said, who wants to be in a WWE title feud? I don't know who steps up. I don't know who's throwing punches to fight it. Back in your era, you and Shawn Michaels on the corner fucking punching each other out to be the one of that feud. Yeah. Back before you guys were names. We have guys coming up like Seth Rollins, like Roman Reigns, like Bray Wyatt, who will not take that shit and will go claim that shit.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are hungry, and it is so clear that they're hungry to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
This guys, you can tell, it does not feel like they want to be great. Yeah. A lot of guys on the main roster, they don't like. I don't know if Bronson Reed really wants to be good.
I think he just wants to check.
I think he just wants to check. Carmelo Hayes is not there for the check.
You can want the check at the same time, put a good product on the screen.
Trick Williams is not there for the check.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of those guys who are at that age are so fucking hungry. Mm-hmm. And that's where Charlotte fell off. Young Charlotte was hungry for that greatness.
Yeah. Like 5 years ago, she was awesome.
And then she got that greatness, and she's not hungry anymore. Mm-hmm. Seth Rollins is just as hungry now as he was when he was in the NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Becky Lynch was just she was hungry to start with, but every fucking month she got hungrier and hungrier and hungrier.
Becky got so hungry that she started a online Twitter feud with Triple H and brought it into fucking WWE with the Lemons. It was under a lot of like that, like it wasn't like outright, but like still she started a fucking feud.
There's all wrestling companies want hungry stars.
Mm-hmm.
And Roxanne Perez, fucking starving. Tiffany Stratton is fucking starving. Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, fucking starving. Trick Williams is starving.
Mm-hmm.
Dragunov is hungry. Because Dragunov also knows.
Well, Dragunov has been in this company forever.
Huh?
Dragunov has been in this company forever. He's been there since fucking NXT UK. So
Yes. So he knows to an extent where he's gonna be. He knows he most likely won't be a main title player.
he could be.
He'll have, like I said, he'll be Ziggler.
He's
He'll
a
have his
Ziggler.
feuds. He's the next Ziggler. He'll have his feuds,
Uh-huh.
but he will not be in the main title picture and be thought of as a main title guy.
You don't think he's the next Gunther?
How old is Gunther?
35, I want to say 34. Gunther 36.
By the time Gunther, there's gonna be a new Gunther. By the time Gunther's done, and
You
it won't
think?
be Dragunov. Dragunov's his own thing.
Okay.
I think Dragunov's just gonna. I think the Ziggler compare. I didn't even think of Ziggler.
Well, the way you were saying, I'm like, that's Ziggler.
But Ziggler's the perfect guy in my mind for what Dragunov's gonna be. Is the guy who can walk in and put on a banger with a local, be in the mid card or main event card, and no one will blink twice. That's just who he can be.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker's a main title player unless they really fuck him up. He's younger than Dom even.
Yeah, he's 25.
And he just had the segment of his lifetime. He had the segment of his career. Getting chokeslammed by the Undertaker.
I was gonna say, being a segment of the Undertaker is kind of just like, yeah, you're the guy.
Especially when Undertaker stakes the mic from you, chokeslams you, and then has the most Undertaker fucking line. Did you hear that or no?
I did not hear the line, but I saw the.
So he goes as badass Braun Breaker now. So after and it was American Badass Taker.
Yeah. So did he just crown him with?
No, he chokeslammed him. He's like, gotta remember, around every corner there's a older, better, stronger, badass. And you just met the baddest of them all, and just threw the mic on him. That's the segment you need, and then the iconic with Carmelo Hayes at the end of the entrance.
Yeah, I think being crowned by the Undertaker is Undertaker was locker room presence for a while. He may not have been the top guy in the company for a long time, but bro was literally the locker room leader. He got Miz back into the locker room after I think Punk kicked him out.
And I don't know if they ever said who kicked him out.
I'm pretty sure it's Punk. But Taker, he's the guy.
Taker was the judge for wrestling court.
Yeah. And being crowned by him. Sadly, Bray Wyatt passed away, but on Raw is 30, whatever.
That was the passing of the torch.
That was the passing of the torch, and it was everyone knew that Bray Wyatt's the guy. He's the guy to take the Undertaker role.
We knew it was coming. We were waiting for it. We were waiting for it to be official, and we finally got the official passing of the torch.
Also, that chokeslam that Undertaker did on Braun was one of his best in the last decade.
Braun Breaker sold that shit.
That was great.
And you could tell that showed how hungry Braun was. There's a lot of young talent who would half-ass that shit because it's them looking bad.
Yeah,
Braun Breaker saw that, and I'm guessing Sean also might have. I don't know if this is true. It could easily not be, and Braun just sold his ass off for it. I could have seen Sean being like, dude, this is going to be watched a lot. Put everything you have into the show.
Yeah. You got it at that point, right?
Yes, because it's the fucking Undertaker. There's different expectations you have when you're in a segment with him. Yeah. You don't just, oh, it's the Undertaker. Yeah. He's not fucking Akira Tozawa. He's one of the 5 greatest wrestlers of all time.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget about Taker when they're doing the
my god, so much. It is so much. It's because he played it. That's how great he played his role.
I'd leave The Rock even off the Mount Rushmore and put Taker there because Taker has.
I would leave Stone Cold before I leave Taker off my Rushmore.
Yeah, I'm saying I'll take The Rock off. I'm
The
trying to think
only
of
guy I would not take off is Cena.
Yeah.
I would make room for the fucking Undertaker.
make
I will-
another mountain.
Here's Mount Rushmore and here's Mount Taker. Because Taker's what? This is his. This is his 4th decade technically doing something in WWE.
I think he started late in the 80s. Yeah.
He's been around since he's.
I'm gonna look up how long his career has been.
I mean, what, he had 20-something WrestleMania matches.
He had 25.
So that's at least 3
Bro is
decades.
58 years old. He debuted in 1984, and he retired in 2020. And this is technically, this is the last time he's here.
So he's officially he hit the 4-decade mark. 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2000s,
10s, 5.
5 decades for Undertaker.
Yep,
That has to be a record. That has to be a record.
I mean, who else? Who else has been in wrestling? Ric Flair, maybe?
No, but Taker's had a match in each of those decades.
Yes, was Flair. Well, not
with WWE.
Yeah, that's the difference.
And Taker has had a match in each of those decades.
I think Hogan might be closest, but even then, I think he stopped in 2000, so he only like 3.
I don't know if
like
Taker.
80s, 90s, 2000s. Yeah, so.
He was 70s, so he'd be at 4.
Okay, so still 4. Taker's been doing this in the 80s, and we're about to hit literally the 50-year mark.
Well, yeah,
40 but 5 decades.
Yeah, that is how insane this man is. And
I love him.
He's great. And him showing up last night, well, Tuesday night, showed how much he loves his company.
It showed how much
there's a lot of retired wrestlers who would not drop everything and go out to the performance center, go through all the makeup, get dressed, and get all set up for 5 minutes of TV. A lot of those guys need a whole program. They need 20 minutes of shine time.
They need to be on for like 5 weeks in a row.
Taker wouldn't even ask for a paycheck. He'd say, pay for my hotel, pay for my flight there and back.
Pay for my expenses, I'll be there.
Pay for my expenses, I will be there.
Yeah.
Because Taker has given more to this company than anyone else has ever.
Yeah. And the fact that he has run that locker room that gives him a lot of credit, man.
I still think people call him if they don't know what's going on in the locker room. Hey, Taker, I don't know what do you think?
We need to settle this issue.
Taker, we need you here. We need court. We have wrestling court again. God fucking damn it.
To fix the Triple H Becky thing, Trips like, hey, Taker, I need you.
Well, because no one could argue with him because they know he was right.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when Chris Jericho, the guy who is so often stuck on his own decision, listens to the fucking Undertaker. Because he called the Taker complaining that Vince wanted him to lose to Fandango. And Undertaker's like, Chris, you are going to do that match, and you are going to do what Vince said, and you're going to put him over. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Wouldn't even listen to Vince.
I mean,
but you would listen to the Undertaker.
Taker's the man, man.
Taker was him.
He still is him.
Do you know what's gonna be and it's talking in the future and it sucks. No one's gonna believe when he passes away.
I also want to say that I think the best reaction to the gong is now Braun Breaker reaction to the gong. That was like we've seen a lot of good gong like reactions. Like I think of Randy, I think of John, but
Randy's was so good.
Oh, but I think Braun might be that.
Braun might have, dude. There's gonna. I want just Taker to disappear for a few years, and then just no spoilers and nothing. And then out of nowhere, in the middle, there's some big ass heel turn, or some heels jumping a face, and we just hear the dong. The crowd pop would be insane. Do it at Mania.
Do a random small PLE. Do like a Fastlane.
Imagine we did that happen in front of the Puerto Rico crowd.
Oh my god. That would have been fucking insane.
I want that now.
It'll happen.
I want it.
Trips watches this podcast, I swear.
Just favorite weekly. It's his favorite weekly show.
Yeah. We probably should wrap up though, because we're reaching 2-hour mark again. We did this last week as well.
We had a whole pay-per-view to talk about, and then we talked about. To be fair though, this was kind of a wild, unexpected week.
We expected it. We just kind of like it was a recap of the week we talked about last.
But then we also had the biggest NXT and NXT history.
True.
We had the Monday. We had the Tuesday Night Wars.
Mm-hmm.
This is a night that's not going to happen again in years.
No, because Tony Khan's gonna bitch out.
Fuck. I like Tony Khan as a promoter. I love AEW.
I'm trying to wrap this up, my guy.
Don't push shit. That's how I'm ending this shit. Is don't talk shit to the company that's been doing this since the fucking 1812s. It feels like Vince McMahon's been around since then. Vince McMahon's gonna be around when you die, Tony. Don't fuck with
He's living to 120.
Don't fuck with McMahon, or the dead, or you're gonna go 1-on-1 with the Undertaker, and Teddy Long's gonna say it.
Teddy Long.
That'll be he'll spin a wheel, and it'll be a bunch of fake options. Oh, but it slides. You going 1-on-1 with the Undertaker, player. Even if Undertaker's 190 years old, the dead man will rise.
All right, let's finish this up. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Leave what you guys thought about NXT and Fastlane. And our socials are on the screen, or they should be linked down below. Follow us all on Twitter and YouTube. And we'll see you guys on next Saturday. Oh, fuck me. I just punched my mic. On next Saturday when we talk about something else. But we'll see you then. And bye-bye.
Punk only.